Firstly, thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to be on my show.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
So I've gone through your profile. I came to know that you are a software engineer and you're into front-end development and you're into web apps and
Yeah. I actually am a software engineering student from Peru, and I really like front end. I study software engineering here. I also do some backend, generally web, some mobile. I've been doing, and I really enjoy it. And I think that's like my specialization. Mhm.
so before talking about the work that you do, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, my name is Rodrigo. I am 20 years old, and I'm a software engineering student from Peru.
So you're a student.
Yeah. I'm currently studying. I'm in my fourth year of university.
So your stream is your branches.
Sorry?
What is your specialization?
Well, it's called software engineering here. Some other countries, it's called computer science, but I don't know why here it's called software engineering. And currently, my specialization is web development in general, but we don't have that exact specialization in my university. I had to study it from online courses and that stuff.
Okay, so I did a master's in software engineering and graduation in computer science and engineering. So I know what your subjects are.
Okay. Now we have that in common. That's kind of nice.
So software engineering. So what are the subjects that interest you?
Well, I would say I really like algorithms and data structures. Uh, I used to didn't like that class when I saw it in like the algorithms in C++, which is a language that I quite don't really like that much. But then I started learning the same algorithms in Python, and everything became just more clear and more natural to learn, and I started really enjoying it. And then I had my other class, which was after that one, that's called algorithmic complexity, and it's like a little bit more advanced algorithms that was all already in Python. So I really enjoyed that. I like that one. Then I also like my web services, web applications classes, and some projects. I really like to like try to be a maybe a product manager in the future uh, if I like don't really I mean, if I get a very good position as a web engineer or front end engineer, later in my career, I would like to be like a product manager or yeah, some sort of management. That's why I like also project management.
So have you done any projects?
Sorry?
Have you done any projects? You did
Yeah,
any
yeah.
projects?
Yeah, I do a lot of projects in my university, and also I like to do projects on my own. On my free time, I work on my front end projects. One of my favorites is actually it's called Poke App. It's like a Pokemon app that uses the API from Pokemon, and you can see like a list of the Pokemons. You can search them, filter them, and it's like very nice, and it's like a nice way to share to the companies or the recruiters that you know how to code a website, you know how to use an API, and you can show yourself, you know.
So what is the favorite thing that is there in software engineering?
My favorite thing,
Yeah.
well, I would say problem solving. Problem solving, yeah. I mean, I like reading documentation and building stuff, but I also like problem solving. Recently, I bought a book called Cracking the Coding Interview, which is kind of famous for coding interviews, you know. And I've been doing some problem solving this few months, and it really helps you in your real life. You know, it helps you like to think, have a thought process, organized when you have a problem, know how to approach a problem. And it has some coding because you have to solve a coding problem. First, you have to solve the problem, and then you have to implement the solution. So it helps a lot. I would say that's like my favorite part. That and building stuff. I really love building stuff because mostly visual things because I can show them to my friends or to my family or relatives, you know?
What is your favorite software in the industry?
My favorite software,
Yes.
like a program or like that.
Any software that is there right now.
Mm, maybe I would say Visual Studio Code because it's so easy to use and it's so versatile, and you can do front end, back end, whatever you can do there. Uh, I can also say like GitHub. I really love GitHub. I'm a fan of having like those little green contribution on your profile. I do a daily commit, and yeah, I would say like between those two, those are my favorites.
So what do you observe in your free time? Will you go and check how other softwares are built and what are the languages that are used to develop it?
What are the languages that I use?
No,
Uh,
no. Uh, will you go and see some softwares how it built and will you do some research about other softwares which are already there in the internet?
hmm. I don't quite understand the question. Sorry, could you repeat it?
Like there are a lot of softwares right in the internet. So will you do some research? Will you go and see how it is built in order to gain your knowledge?
Well, I haven't done that yet, but I am very interested in how everything is built, how the web works, how like Chrome is built or Visual Studio Code is built. But I haven't been like really into how it was built because I was like, my mindset is like, okay, if it is already built, then maybe I should like research how to build something to complement that, like to complement that is some already built. Like for instance, I use Chrome every day, and I was wondering how to create like a Chrome extension because already Chrome has a lot of audience. So maybe I don't want to create Chrome, but I want to create something that people that use Chrome can have an advantage from. So I started like learning how to create a web Chrome extension, and I deployed it and everything. And maybe in the future I will do like a Visual Studio Code extension.
So tell me about your university, how it educates and what are the projects that they give in order to make you become big.
Okay, so they focus a lot in like putting yourself to practice. Like there's a lot of practical projects. Like we have like 2 or 3 per semester per course, and we have like 5 courses. So it's a lot of projects and projects and projects. All of them are team projects. So you have to manage your time, manage other people's time, organize and stuff. And I would say that one of the advantages of studying where I study, which is at UPC from Peru, is that it starts doing that from the first semester. So you have all that contact, all that like technology related programming stuff from the first day that you arrive at university. And after 4 years of studying there, almost 4 years, it feels like a lifetime that I've been coding, and it's been like only 4 years. And that's something that some other universities in Peru don't have. Like they wait at least 1 or 2 years before they teach you coding. First, they teach you like the basics, but here it's like a mix. That's what I like.
Awesome. So which means you are doing coding. I mean, you are doing more implementation than theoretical study.
Yeah, I would say that. We also have some theoretical courses from the first semesters, but I would say that it focuses more on implementation. Maybe, like for instance, these last 2 semesters have been a little bit more of software architecture, but more hands-on, not just only theory. Like, okay, you know how a web service works. Okay, then you have to build one, and these are the requirements and stuff. Okay, so you know what is the cloud, what are the design patterns, what is the software architecture. So now you have to implement your own. So that's what it's a little bit of both, but not so much theory, like you said.
So you said algorithms is one of your favorite subjects.
Uh, my favorite, I would say, was because I already took it. It's called web. How's it called? Web applications. Yeah, yeah, that's the translation. We learned Vue.js, and in the other course that I really like, we learn Spring Boot, which is like very nice because now you have like the front end in Vue, the back end in Java Spring Boot, you know, and that helped me create real stuff because that's what I like. I like to create stuff that people can use, like not only okay, you can create like an API for authentication. That's fine. That's very good. It's a good way to learn authentications practice. But it's also nice to create stuff that people can use, you know. And it's a very good way to like all those ideas that maybe you can have in your mind. You can actually make them a product and work from there. That's what I like.
So tell me about the front end development.
Okay, so front-end development is basically the visual part of app development or web development. So you have to be like a little bit more user-oriented focused. You have to take in consideration all the designs, all the UX guidelines, best practices. If you do web development, maybe a front-end library like React or a framework like Vue.js or Angular, it always comes in handy because you can like use plain HTML, JavaScript, CSS, but it's also nice to learn that because that's what most companies are looking to. But if like doing your personal projects, maybe you can do it in plain JS, you know. And that's it. I mean, if you see like some front end job offers that are like very common in the industry, uh, and it's like something I really like because it feels like I like coding, I like backend as well, but frontend I like it because it's like something visual that you can show to your friends or relatives. It it's not like art, but at least it involves something that you can appreciate, that you can say like it looks nice, it looks clean, that stuff, you know. Also that works with code, but this is like more like I get like more feedback about it. I can see a web page and I can say, okay, it's responsive. It's not responsive. It has a good color theory. It doesn't. It doesn't have contrast. In backend, it's kind of hard to notice that. But so that's why I like frontend.
So you said you did projects, right? Uh, so what are the functionalities that you used to develop a web application?
I've been doing projects mostly frontend. I really like React. It's something that I have to learn by myself. I did a Coursera specialization in web development, and I learned React there. And since there, I've been like also learning from YouTube, you know, tutorials. And I also like Vue.js, so I do like most of my projects in those two frameworks slash libraries. Uh, what I really like is to focus on responsive. So I would say that one of the things I enjoy the most is doing responsive design. So you can also see it from your phone, and also try to learn like how to call to an API. API calls are very common, and there's a lot of free APIs. So I like to offer that to my portfolio. So it has to look nice, has to be responsive, has to have like an API that is connected that you can call. Like those are like the three main functions, like you said, that I would like prioritize. And from then, like there's something else that I haven't mentioned that is at least do something that you like because it's like a personal project. If you do something that you're passionate about, that you really like, it's like a hobby, it's like something from your childhood. You're gonna do it like you're gonna maybe put a little more effort, and if the recruiter sees that and asks you what inspired you to make this project, he's gonna notice that you're really passionate about what you're doing.
What are your favorite web applications in the internet?
I would say, well, I don't have like probably Stack Overflow because it has like the answer to everything. I also mentioned GitHub. If it's not like software related, maybe YouTube, or like I've been also using like Google Translate. I know it's very simple, but I've been learning like other languages, like speaking, not programming languages. And Google Translate is like so simple, but internally it has like an AI that translates using like some other algorithms. Those are like my favorites. Anything that can, like for instance, right now I'm using like web Skype instead of like the Skype client for Windows. So that's I like literally anything that is on the web.
So, what are the main points that you need to remember if you are a software engineer?
There's like a pattern called dry. I know a lot of experienced people say you need to memorize the patterns, the, the best practices, you need to do this and that, and there's a lot of theory about that. I like a pattern called dry, which is very simple. That means don't repeat yourself. And I think it's like the most useful thing you can learn. It's so simple, but it's like so useful because once you understand what that means and you try to apply it to your code, if you're a programmer, it will help you a lot. It will help you not to repeat code, to like modularize your code, which is also a good practice. Try to separate, like structurize your whole project in files and folders. And I would say something more important than that is like just go build stuff. Maybe you're not doing it the best way, but you're gonna notice it. Once you notice that you have like a CSS file that is like 500 lines, it's like 500 lines of CSS, you're gonna see like, okay, this is too long. What am I doing wrong? And then you realize that you can create like separate CSS files for each like product or feature, and you start improving your coding in general. Those are like the most important things I see.
So, how much time it takes for a beginner to understand software engineering and do a project in it?
I would say like I want to be like a little bit more philosophical and say that you never understand software engineering because it's like so it changes so much that every day there's like something new, some new technology, etc., etc., etc. But I would say like if you like want to know the basics, you want to know like build your startup or build a project or a mobile app, whatever. I would say like a year maybe if you want to know like the basics. But if you don't, you can do it like in less time. If you just want to build a mobile app, just you can just go search a tutorial and you can do it like a few weeks or days. But it generally depends on the person. If you really want to become like a software engineer, I would recommend like study the basics, basic logic, learn like simple programming language, algorithms and data structures. Like it's a must-have. And taking in consideration that, I would say a year, 1 year.
So, mobile applications or web applications, which one is better?
I am really a fan of web applications because it's so simple to just go to a URL and, you know, I didn't have to download Skype for this interview. I just went to web.skype.com and that's it. But there's also like some really good stuff about mobile apps because there's like you have your phone, you take your phone everywhere. You install an app and you just have to tap and it opens. You don't have to type an URL. So I prefer web applications because that's my passion. That's what I like. But I also like mobile. My preference is web.
Okay. So, other than software engineering, what do you do?
So some of my hobbies are related to like music. I really like to play instruments. Uh, Recently, I started playing chess also. It's like something very logical that a friend recommended me. Like if you're into logic, maybe you should try chess. You know, I'm really enjoying that. And I really like physics. It was like my favorite course from school. I like a year ago I took like a quantum mechanic physics course, and I really liked it. So like those are my major things that I do like on my free time.
Other than that,
Other than that, well, just I don't know, watch some series, do some exercise, like the regular stuff that you do, and just building my projects. Sometimes it has become like a hobby, but it's like not a hobby because it helps like my portfolio. So it's like that also a little bit of coding. I would say it's like a hobby right now.
okay. So at last, do you have anything to say to the world who is watching and who is listening to you right now?
Uh, I would say like if you're a student, if you want to get in like software engineer because it pays very well, if you don't hate it, if you think that you're good for that, go for it. If you think you're not good for that, then still try because you don't know. It's like so big the industry that uh, there's a place for everyone. If you don't like coding, you can try design, just design. If you don't like that, you can try project management. If you're like more like a people person, you can try management. And, and there's a place for everything. And software is like the future, and it's like the present, and it's like a good field to work at. That I will say that.
So at last, have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube?
Any video of you?
Of mine on
No,
YouTube.
not yet, not yet, but I will. I will. I've been like a little bit busy with some projects. That's why I told you, okay, it's Sunday. Well, right now it's Sunday in Peru, 4 p.m., 9 p.m. So yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I did more than 450 interviews, uh, and in that, I have a tech and non-tech channels. In tech channel, I'll take interviews of the people who are already in the industry. I'm sure that will help you. There are a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
people who are into Microsoft, uh, other companies, other big companies with whom I did interview. Maybe they will watch you. Maybe they will see what you said right
Okay.
now. They will see you and you can see them. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm very happy that you didn't see any videos because I don't think you will talk in the same way if you see the videos.
Ah, okay, okay, yeah. We'll have like different perspectives, different like ideas, and it's very nice to like respect each other and just don't offend anyone and just say what you think. Yeah, but I will see them. Now you made me curious, so I will watch them as long as I have time free. Thank you.
So I have two web applications and two mobile applications. My personal.
Oh, oh, okay. Maybe we can like follow each other on GitHub if you like use a platform or whatever, and we can share our projects maybe.
Yeah, sure. So at last, what do you say about my videos? You didn't see my videos, but what do you think that I'm doing? Like I'm talking with different country people who are into technology and who are into different companies. Me talking with those people, what do you think that helps me and to the world who is watching and listening to it?
I think that even if those people weren't into technology, it's like always so nice to talk to people from different countries because you get like different vibes, different ways of things, of thought, and it's very like it helps you like grow as a person. Like a year ago, I went to like study abroad, and I met a lot of people from different countries that it helped me grow. And if they're from technology, from the tech field, it also helps you like in your career in the future. It helps you like understand the industry and makes you like be a little bit more, I would say, uh, I don't know, like a little bit mature about what you're working at. That's why I would say, and I really like that you're interviewing tech people. It's like it's very nice. It's very nice.
Awesome. So I'm sure you'll like it. I have also podcast. You can hear that. I'll put this on my podcast also, on my
Okay.
tech
Oh,
podcast
that's so
and tech
nice.
tech YouTube channel.
Okay, I will watch them or listen to it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
So whenever you want to talk with me or you want to share your project, anything that you want to say through my podcast or YouTube channel, we'll discuss about it, and or anything which is related to technology. Uh, I'm ready to talk about it anytime that whenever you're free. So thank you very much again for giving me your valuable time and spending your valuable words here. So can I put this video and audio clip on my YouTube channel with your
Yes.
permission?
Yes, yes, of course. Now, thank you for inviting me. It's been very nice, and I hope like any other time that you want to talk like something a little bit more specific, related, sub-related, like okay, just let me know, and I will make a little time, and we can talk about that. Thank you
Yeah,
for inviting me.
definitely. Can I also put this video and audio clip on my
Yeah,
website, podcast, social media, internet, everywhere with your permission?
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead, don't worry.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, man. Keep going, keep doing what you love.
No, thank you, and good luck with what you're doing. I really appreciate it. I think it's very like a very nice initiative. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.